So, ladies and gentlemen, I drank alcohol for close to 10 years. It was 10 years of living life on a roller coaster. I've thrown up blood on a computer, got into fights, blacked out in some dangerous cities like Medellin, Colombia. I've done all sorts of stupid stuff as a result of my drinking. But today in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 ways that alcohol almost killed me, but I'm not going to talk to you about, when I threw up blood on a computer or when I blacked out in Colombia, right? I'm not going to talk about this stuff because, alcohol did almost literally kill me. But most importantly, what alcohol did was killed the person that I could have been. So I really want to break down how it destroyed me, how it killed me, and how it stopped me from really being the person that I wanted to be. Because I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how nice your life is right now. Alcohol is holding you back in some form or another. You might have a great career, but if you hadn't drank for the past 10 years, maybe you'd own the damn company. We don't know. But I promise you one thing, that you can be better if you remove alcohol from your life. So today I'm going to break down 5 ways that alcohol killed me from being the best version of myself. And guys, if you want my personal help stopping drinking, please do click the link in the description. You can book a call and you and I can jump on a phone call and see if the Sober Clear program, where we help you reframe the way that you view alcohol, could be a good match for you. Most of the people in the program are business owners and professionals, so there's a really great community of like-minded individuals to do this with, and we use things like coaching to really help you focus on building a great life without alcohol. It's not about beating you down, it's not about AA meetings, it's a different way, a new way of doing things. So if you want more details, click the link in the description, book a call, or just head over to soberclear.com. And now let's get into the video. So the very first way that alcohol killed me is in how my body looked. And I'd put on about 20 pounds of body fat, maybe 10 kg, compared to what I looked like before. In fact, I'll put a picture on the screen right now of what I looked like when I wasn't drinking, and then compare that to when I was drinking. There's obviously quite a large difference. You can see the bloating in my face, and I just didn't look very good. And this is the thing, when I'm drinking alcohol, obviously we've got all the calories from the alcoholic drinks. The wine's got tons of calories, the beer's got tons of calories, the mixers that we can put in drinks. But what would happen is it wasn't just about the alcoholic drink that I drank that day. What would happen is then I might make poor food choices. I might order some kind of kebab or pizza or just some junk food. Then what would happen is I'd wake up the next day with no energy. So I wouldn't go to the gym or do something like that. I wouldn't do something healthy. I'd probably also skip breakfast because I felt sick. And then, I might skip lunch as well because I still don't feel right. And then by 4 p.m, I'm starving. And then I'm going to order more junk food the night after. So we've got no exercise. We've got terrible food choices. We've got the calories from alcohol. And when you do that for 6 months, non-stop, every single day, you're going to put on fat. But the best version of me, if I designed the best version of Leon, the 2.0 version of Leon, he didn't look like that. He'd be strong, athletic, able to run, able to, do things. Not somebody that was just dragging themselves through the day. I wanted to be somebody that was bouncing full of energy. So that's the first way alcohol killed me, is I put on fat, didn't look the way I wanted to look. Now, obviously, since stopping, that has changed dramatically. Since stopping drinking, I started doing CrossFit, and the weight fell off. The second way alcohol almost killed me is how I used to upset and scare my family. When I went on holiday to Colombia, oh my days, I bet they were absolutely terrified. When I would not answer my phone for 3 days because I'd been drinking and I didn't want to show them that I've got a hangover, I bet they were thinking, what's this guy doing? When I told them that I've stopped drinking and I don't drink for 6 months and then I start drinking again, I bet they were devastated. And I've done this to my family so many times, and I love my family so much. And again, if I designed the 2.0 version of Leon, he ain't doing that. He is not behaving in this way. He wouldn't be ignoring calls from his mum or his grandma or his brother. He'd be answering them, saying, what's up? How's it going? He'd be sending money back home every single month. He'd be supporting his family instead of scaring his family. That's who I wanted to be. But alcohol stopped me from being that person. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody. I know that many of you have got families. You're a great father, a great mother. But if you really ask yourself, how much better could you be if you didn't drink alcohol? You're going to get some interesting answers. Now, obviously, since stopping drinking, I've become the person that I wanted to be, the family member, the son, the brother, the grandson. I've become the person that I wanted to be, but alcohol stopped me from being this person. And it was only when I got rid of alcohol that I could be that person. The third way alcohol almost killed me is that I actually tried to start a personal training business in London. So what I did is I basically stopped drinking for 7, 8, 9 months, did a personal training business in Oxford. It was very successful. And then I started drinking again. I tried to do this career in London in recruitment. I quit that job because I didn't like it and it was party culture. And, I didn't want to work there, basically, without going into too much detail. Then I tried to do a personal training business in London. I had very little savings and just took this huge gamble, this huge risk, gave it a shot. And because I was drinking, guess what happened? I failed. It was extremely hard for me to sell the service of personal training when I wasn't being that person. When I wasn't training, when I wasn't, putting my health before a lot of other things. When I was drinking and trying to encourage people to hire me as a personal trainer, it just didn't work very well. I ended up going broke. I had to go back to Oxford, where my auntie basically drove me from London to Oxford, helped me move places. Then I had to borrow money to pay for rent, had to live in a friend's place when he was on holiday. And yeah, it was a disaster. But basically, when I'm not drinking alcohol, I can do anything. Like, I'm not saying that in an arrogant way, but when I don't drink, and if I wanted to start a business when I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm going to do the hard work. I'm going to wake up and do the difficult stuff. Whereas when I'm drinking, I'm escaping. I'm not facing the difficult, hard work. I'm not, sending emails or trying to get new customers in a business. No, I wouldn't do that stuff because that's too hard. I just do the bare minimum. The great thing is that when I removed alcohol from my life, I did start another personal training business. It went well. I moved to Chiang Mai, started a little freelancing business. It went well, which turned into SoberClear, which has gone well only because I've not been drinking. None of this stuff would have happened if I still drank. And like I said, this 2.0 version of Leon is crushing life. He's crushing work. He's crushing business. He's doing the hard stuff. He's adding value every single day. That's the person that I wanted to be, and alcohol stopped me from being that person. The fourth way alcohol almost killed me, or killed the best version of myself, is that there was a night where I stole whiskey from my housemate. And I can't even believe that I'm sharing that, because it's so embarrassing. I feel so much shame for doing that night. And this was the night that I stopped drinking alcohol. I'd basically gone out, got hammered, got back home, took the whiskey from the housemate without anybody's permission, just took it, drank half the bottle, fell asleep, woke up the next day, broken. Now, obviously, I replaced the whiskey because in the moment, I was just like, oh, who cares? But it was the fact that I did something dishonest. I didn't ask for permission. I just did it because I was selfish. I was just thinking about myself. I wasn't thinking about that person. That whiskey could have been a gift, but that's not me. The 2.0 version of Leon, the version of Leon that I want to be, is 100% honest 100% of the time and never lies and never does anything like that, ever. But when I'm drinking, it's like my judgment gets clouded. I just don't think of other people. I just think of myself. That's not who I wanted to be. The fifth way that alcohol almost killed me is that I was never living up to my potential. I was never waking up and crushing life. I was never being the person that I wanted to be. Because I know that the version of Leon that drinks alcohol versus the version of Leon that doesn't drink alcohol are like two completely different people. And I know for you guys that when you finally solve this problem, your life will take off like you've never seen it before. And if you click the video on the screen now, you will learn the point that happens when you must stop drinking alcohol.